To Ureja as the science coordinator for the Central Region, and he's in the person of Mr. Alpha Payne. Welcome, sir, to the show.
Thank you.
And finally, I have George Kwachi. He is the Eastern Regional Coordinator for the National Science and Maths Quiz. Gentlemen, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let me start with you. Today, we had 3 contests as usual. Some were mind-blowing. What's your impression about the contests that have happened, specifically the Addis Ababa College?
Okay. Last week we had a review show and we were here, and back to what Procedure said. He said this year's competition, 10 senior schools will be losing their seat, and we have 5 going home already. And
today is just the 3rd day of the one-day season of competition.
And we have 18 contests more to go, and 5 are already home. So we can imagine. But back to today. I think Addis Ababa they weren't bad today at all. They weren't bad today. And Ghanata disappointed us because the fans out there were expecting Ghanata to do so much since they did very well in the preliminary stage. But then no 2 games are the same as usual. Absolutely. And Addis Ababa featured in the quarterfinals. So they've qualified. And today we had Kumasi Academy coming against Holy Child and Law SHS. And as I said last week I said Kumaka or Kumasi Academy were stronger than the Holy Child people, and their calculations were on point. So round 1, the ladies were leading and Kumaka were trailing.
But I think Holy Child wasn't really seen in the competition. That particular competition was more or less a competition between Holy Child School as well as Anglo SHS. Isn't it?
But then during the speed race, Kumasi Academy bullied them. They accumulated 13 points for the speed race, and the other schools were trailing. So that was how come the gap came, and they took the lead.
But you'll agree with me that it's becoming more or less like a trend throughout the entire competition. If you are able to, lead with about 10 points in the 2nd round, then you are in a comfortable point of winning the competition, isn't it?
No, the contest is decided in the 2nd round. That's where the contest is decided. And if in the 2nd round it's tied, then we look at the final round. Yeah, because now the problem of the day doesn't look promising at all.
Absolutely.
It doesn't look promising.
There was another contest that happened today, and it featured our Cedar School, New Job and SHS. They were the Cedar School coming into the competition, but unfortunately they've lost their seat.
Yeah, one of the Cedar schools who happened to lose their seats. And Ghana Senior High School came out very well. They were trailing initially, but then at the end of the contest, they won. And congratulations to them.
All right. I'll come back to you, but George, let me come to you. On Tuesday, also produced some exciting competitions. How did that day go for you?
Yeah, the one I would like to talk about is Oke's Cars. And then Opokuwari. Very exciting. And you realize that Opokuwari won the contest through experience. Because the Cars people were giving them a tough chase. Very, very, very tough. But I realized that the Cars contestants were not having the experience. And moreover, they were coming from Form 2. So I realized that during the radials, they need to wait and listen to all the clues before they come out. But if they were supposed to have experience, and they were supposed to be in Form 3, whereby they have done a lot of work, it would have been disastrous for Opokuwari.
But will you say that the Cars boys, these are Form 2 students who ran a marathon race with more or less like the creme de la creme of the National Science and Maths Quiz? Will you say that these boys were able to expose Opokuwari?
Of course, they were able to. And believe me, next year, they'll be super fabulous. Seriously. Because these Form 2s are able to give Opokuwari this kind of chase. Then you should look out for them next year.
Yeah, a reminder of that scores. Yeah, Opoku actually won that competition by just a point.
Difference one.
They ended the competition with 51 points, followed by their arch rivals, Kumasi Anglican SHS Kumasi with 50 points. And Osei Chiri came third with 37 points. This is a competition that took people by storm.
Yeah.
Many didn't give Anglican SHS that kind of chance to perform that way. Do you think that...
Oh, but then last week, or Saturday, I told you Anglican Senior High School will pull a surprise. Because that contest happened in Kumasi, and Opoku took Raiders to win, as they did yesterday. And I think the boys did their best. But as you said, experience matters at a point. But I wouldn't say experience matters, because the Anglican students, this significant figures thing going around through the contest, and it happened in the round one. They didn't learn their lesson, and the problem of the day two, it happened, and they lost a point. So putting all these points together, they should have won.
Atapin, would you say that they filled in a Form 2 student have caused them, probably they should be smiling to the quarterfinals?
I may not say that because they filled Form 2, that what caused their defeat. The Form 2s did well. In fact, in a school, when competitors are being selected to represent school, a school in a competition, they do a lot of homework, a lot of trials, a lot of drills to select the best. So I believe that the Form 2s who represented cars were really the best for the school. Perhaps they might have beaten the Form 3s, that's why they were brought here. So that may not be a factor. Though they did well, but that may not be the factor.
Okay. George,
because you had experiences in WAS, where they, being Form 2s, were able to win and move to the quarterfinals. So with the experience of WAS, we say that the Form 2s for cars may not be the factor for them being defeated.
George, let me come back to you again. Another shocking contest that we had yesterday was the one featuring St. Ignatius of Loyola, Lasietolo as we call them. They were able to beat our Cedar School, Kumasi SHTS. I mean, many didn't see them coming through at all, especially looking at their scores from the round one. Were you surprised with this result?
Yeah, somehow I was. But I realized that St. Ignatius was a little bit tactical when it came to the speed race. You realize that they go in for the question they think they will get it right. If they don't have answer to it, they don't even press the bell at all. But you know, getting it wrong, you take -1 from your marks. So they were a little bit tactical there. And I think that helped them to sail through. Because the rest, they were having equal level with KSTS.
Let me come back to you again. You know, first round, they were trailing actually. They were last, they were third. Second round, they were also trailing. It was the problem of the day. They were able to
get
a star, the Nsmq star sponsored by Prudential Life Ghana. They had a star, and from there, I'm sure they had all the energy.
The confidence came with the true or false, and then the radials.
Absolutely. I mean, let's coming back again. The question that was asked for the problem of the day, it was in chemistry. It was in chemistry.
It wasn't mathematics, I think.
No, it was chemistry. It was from chemistry question. But over the years, we've realized that when chemistry questions are given, it's difficult for the contestants to get a perfect score. But this time around, they did.
But then
what do you think may have worked for this gentleman?
The other time I was conversing with Professor Asmin, and he was...
By the way, Professor Sumene is the consultant, the chemistry consultant.
Yeah, the chemistry consultant
for the National
and he was telling me that these people, they were not able to solve problems of the day because their concepts were low in terms of understanding. Therefore, when they are able to build on the concept, they'll be able to get the problem of the day. So I believe they've done their homework and they are learning what they are supposed to learn and they are building up. That's why they're able to get a chemistry.
But will you say KNUST coming to this competition disappointed a lot of many, considering the fact that they were our seeded school and much was expected from them, Eureka.
Back to what you are saying, the two KSTS in this competition really disappointed us. KSTS from Koforidua and KSTS from Kumasi. They really disappointed us this time. And KSTS from Koforidua proved to be too strong when it comes to the trials through the regions. And KSTS from Kumasi, they've been doing well in Kumasi. So for St. Ignatius of Loyola, it should have been a done deal. But then you are leading from round 1, round 2, round 3 you are leading, and even to the true or false you are leading. And when it goes to the radars, they messed up. So I don't know. But then I think Loyola did their best, and they did their homework, as he said. And with the concepts, now the schools are getting it. So from the prelims, you see people getting the star in physics, the star in chemistry. So now I think the concept is there when it comes to reading, science, and mathematics.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, there's another contest, or you would have to chip in something from that.
Just little addition to that. As I indicated earlier on last month on our review show, I talked about textbooks, the textbooks that the schools are supposed to use. So I believe the schools are now using the standard textbooks, prescribed textbooks, not from pamphlets. So you're able to get understanding, and it's helping them to now perform.
Again, Tuesday we had one of the all-female schools contestant. We had Bolga Girls SHS coming up against Asamankesi SHS, which is our debutant in the National Science and Maths quiz, and our senior school University Practice SHS. Unfortunately, the two schools, that is Bolga Girls SHS and Asamankesi, fell prey to the University Practice SHS. Was it that expected? Yes, Kwache.
Yeah, somehow I may say. Somehow I may say. Looking at the three schools, the other one is ahead of Bolga Girls and then Asamankesi Senior High School. But you realize that these days there have been surprises. There have been surprises because as CAS is giving was chase, and you see this Asamankesi school from the prelims also had a good chase, very good. So well, all things being equal, anything can happen.
But you would also realize that if you watch the contest keenly, I mean, for the first round, UPSA was a bit jittery. It was a close score for Asamankesi and UPS.
Yes.
In the first, I think the second round as well.
Yes.
But when it got to third, fourth, and the final round, then the gap started coming in. Other thing. I mean, what would make a school gather the momentum throughout the entire competition?
I think that is from experience and hard work. See, the children have been trained in such a way that they've been told that when they come on stage, round 1, if you are leading, it doesn't mean you have won. If you are behind, it doesn't mean you have lost. So fight to the end. So they have the fighting spirit to fight to the end. And for UPSS and Asamankesi and Bolga Girls, you know, UPSS is experienced in science and maths, better than them. So they know how to fight to the end. So that's what caused the gap to widen. And no, Bolga Girls and Asamankesi, when they saw the real UPSS manifesting on stage, they began to slow down.
I see you are jittering to make an input, but I need to take a commercial break. And when we come back, I'll gather your thoughts on this particular contest, and we'll look at Monday and have a preview or a look at the competitions that will be happening on Thursday, Friday, and Thursday. Viewers, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect, and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Thank you for staying with us. Let me read some of your comments that are coming in via our Facebook page before we get to the conversation again. And Constance Ochri says, Yuri Jago you. Seth Ado says, bring back cars. I'm sure they are one of the disappointed fans of Anglican SHS Kumasi. Anthony Upon JB says, saw losers cars. Are you asked? As you asked for more points, don't forget to tell the quiz mistress to give the 3 points for the question that OWAS failed to answer. Concert. Daniel Ofori says, Anthony Opon, JB, pay no attention to them. Skin pain, Richard Prepra says, Kumaka all the way. Akwesi Nyantechi says, who said many didn't give cars a chance? Go and look at their track record from the regionals. The Cars boys were really trained well, and that was what accounted for their performance, their human performance here on the stage. They just weren't lucky to meet Opokuwari. These are some of the comments that are coming via social media platforms, and we'll do well to read more of them as time goes by. But Yurija, you had a point about the university practice contest.
My point was about the 5 schools who have never tasted the preliminary contest before, since the inception of the 3 schools. And these schools are University Practice, Adesada College, Fransipum School, Wesley Girls, and Prempeh College.
Absolutely.
And now University Practice and Adesada have crossed. We are yet to see Prempeh College and Wesley Girls
as well,
and probably Fransipum, because you never know what St. Augustine's could do.
Absolutely. But let me come to you very quickly, Mr. Arthur. The Monday contest, we had 3 as usual. The first one involving Notre Dame Girls SHS, Pope John, as well as Koforidia Sectec. This was a contest that people say it's more or less like the battle for the supremacy in the Eastern region. Did it live up to expectations as you expected?
Yes. In a way, it lived up to expectation because Pope John's are former champion. Though KSTS, according to my counterpart in Eastern region, they did the regional championship and they were the champions. On the national stage, Pope John's proved to them that we have different dynamics at the national level. So they were able to live up to expectation by beating them, by telling them that they are former champions and they cannot take them for granted. So they did well, though KCS disappointed. In fact, the marks were very low. The marks was very low. So it was a disappointment.
Actually, you recall, absolutely,
but something.
Okay.
You know, I think it's a sweet revenge. Last year, Pojon was also the Eastern Regional Champions. And the same KSTS whipped Pojon on the 1A stage. So we realized that it is more or less a sweet revenge.
So this
but records shows that in Eastern region, whoever takes the Eastern Regional Championship is always kicked out at the 1A stage. It happened to Kobo Girls, it happened to St. Peter's, it happened to Pujos, and it has happened to Sectec. So we need to find out how and why it is happening like that and try and bring them in.
But you may also recall, perhaps history is on the side of Pope John's.
Well,
some years back,
yes,
they won it the following year, St. Peter's.
Yes, that was 2001.
Absolutely. Are we saying, or can we confidently say that PJ, per their performance from prelims to 1/8, they are likely to pull a surprise?
No. Yes, it is.
No.
On this platform, anything can happen.
But I think Ureja disagrees with that.
That's his own opinion anyway. But anything can happen. On this platform, anything at all can happen. It's possible history can repeat itself by Pojon taking the trophy.
Roger, listen, you can't say no.
No, you can't say no.
You see,
it's true, anything can happen.
You may see that they started slowly with a mass, but they may come up. Last year, who thought Adesada and St. Peter's will get finals? But from the way they started.
It will be tough for Pope John to kick Presbyterian boys out.
Oh, well, anything can happen.
It will be tough.
That's why it's your opinion anyway. Let's get to the field and let's see what happens. The platform will definitely justify the means.
That's all.
Well, we wait to see. We wait to see the performance of Pope John in the second contest when they come up against Presbyterian boys SHS as well as St. John's SHS or St. John's School, I should say.
Yes.
But again, we had another shocker over there, and it was the one involving Archbishop Porter Girls, St. John's School, as well as Tamale Islamic Science.
Yes.
Archbishop Porter Girls was our seeded school going into this competition, and so far we haven't recorded any all-female school going into the quarterfinals. What is really happening?
In fact, we are all shocked. Throughout the contest from Monday to today, you see that all the girls' schools are underperforming, and we have to find why. But I believe that the girls, in fact, these seeded schools, their preparation towards a national competition has not been enough, in the sense that when schools become seeded, when they go home, they wait to the last minute before they gather momentum to come to the national level. And you know, girls whereas boys go extra mile to learn deep in the night. As for girls, at some point in time, they have to go back to their dormitories and sleep, and you dare not have male teachers teaching girls in the night and those things. So it affects their performance. But we are shocked that, in fact, girls like Archbishop Porter Girls and Holy Child just scoring in the 20s and losing their seats. So we have to find out what really is happening.
But then, seeded schools being kicked out doesn't mean they rest on their laurels when they go back after being seeded. But then it all depends on the type of students we have every year. And as I said, these Category B schools, once in a while, they have this wonderful students, so brilliant, and in the Nsmq, it takes just one student to do the magic. And I heard in the Eastern region, St. John's and GSTS are doing the trick
Western
there.
region.
In the Western region, sorry, St. John's and GSTS are doing the trick there. So I was telling the Archbishop Porter Girls teacher that it will take a very strong force for them to kick St. John's out. And it showed.
But will you say that St. John's Grammar took everybody by surprise in this particular competition? Because rarely did we see them going through, or probably their performance at the preliminary stage of competition may have proved what they were made of at the 1/8 stage.
So did you say St. John's Schools? St. John's School or St. John's Grammar?
St. John's School. St. John's School.
Grammar is in...
Yeah, I know. So St. John's School, did you see them coming through?
Oh, yes. In fact, they've done a lot of hard work. I saw them in Cape Coast, having trials with Adesada and Fansipim, Wesley Girls, University Practice. So, from what they did over there, we had some hope in them that when they come here, they will perform.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we realized that they were coming into the contest with confidence from the performance they put up during the prelims. So we realized that their confidence level was very high, and that boosts their morale for them to win the contest, I believe so.
Well, I mean, Monday also had another interesting competition. We had our record holders, Presec, Legon, coming up against Asen State College as well as Oforipin SHS. In the first round, we saw our record holders trailing in the first round.
Okay.
I mean, is it that this is their first time of competing at the national level? That is why they are not able to gather quick momentum to begin the competition.
I think in this year's NSMQ, the organizers are trying to make it so interesting. And whatever you do, we will be able to separate. You separate the boys from the men, whatever you do with the speed race. But then with the round one, it's fundamental. So you see the underdogs coming in, picking up bonuses, answering so well. That was how come our champions, our 5-time champions, were trailing in the round one. So it doesn't matter about they coming to the state for the first time or not.
I mean, let me come back to you again. Were they going, did you see them going through, especially looking at how they performed, the other schools performed? Did you see them going to the finals?
Per se?
Yes, per se.
Oh, yes, definitely. Because when we started the round 2, then you saw the experienced ones really clicking. Yeah. So from the performance in the speed race and the rollers, we see that if they maintain their tempo in the speed race and the rollers, they'll be able to stay true to finals.
Let me come back to you, Kwachi. What do you make of that competition as well?
The road is tough. So for them easily getting to finals, I bet to differ because the road is tough. Absolutely. So let's see, as you are going, you see what will happen.
Okay. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me for the discussion here on the NSMQ Review Show. I'm grateful you could join us, and we hope to see you in our subsequent competition as well. But this is where we end our show this evening. And the 2019 edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz and Science Festival is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from GWEL, GCB, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Academic City College, Adanse Travels, Kenyan Airwaves, Accra College of Medicine, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center. We have Vinto, we have Freshman Institute of Action University, Enter Varsity, Addition.store, GTP, Hottie Makeup, Checkers Beat, and Pink Pearl. Our media partners are Joy News, Joy FM, and myjoyonline.com, as well as YFM. Kindly visit our website, www.nsmq.com.gh, for all the stories that you need from the 2019 edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Until we come your way next time, it's bye from me, Emmanuel Giveno.
You're most welcome to a new era of banking at GCB Bank, where there are no long queues at the bank. Because you can enjoy swift access to your account anywhere, anytime with GCB e-banking solutions. Experience a world where you have financial convenience from a bank with integrity. A world where you can focus on your business and trust us to provide you with limitless business banking solutions that will take you to new heights. When you need a loan, sooner is better than later. So we give it to you in 24 hours to make sure the experience is memorable. Whatever you need, sir, we have an exceptional team of diverse professionals ready to serve you with a smile. Trust us with your money. We are bigger, better, safe, and ready to take you places beyond banking.
GCB Bank, your bank for life.
there's always that one individual so selfless and caring. The world still has caring people. Getting unexpected help is a joy for us. That's why at Prudential Life, we've introduced Ultimate, the no-lapse guarantee on your Premier and Classic farewell plans. The biggest challenge for most clients having a funeral policy is the fact that when they are unable to pay premiums due to financial challenges, the policies elapse and the full benefit falls off. We have introduced the no-lapse guarantee on our funeral plans. This ensures that you don't lose your full benefit during challenging financial moments. Prudential. Always listening, always understanding.